Aiding our live broadcast. Okay, this is a whole production on Zoom. Okay, setting up your webinar for Facebook Live. Okay, I think we might be live. Okay, Charlotte, let me know if we're live, okay, honey? Because I can't see it yet. Whew. Anyway, hopefully we are. Okay, we are live. Yay! Hi, everybody. I am going to probably kill this page because my internet connection is very slow. However, I'm very excited, and this is a subject that is close to my heart because I went through a large period of my life where I lived in chaos, I lived in confusion, and also in some drama. And I don't know if you have experienced this. I'm all about peace at this point, peace and love and miracles and kindness. And I do know that when you're in a state of confusion, it can be overwhelming, and you can feel that it's just really hard to live your life and get out of it. And there are reasons for that. So what I want you to do is please write in the chat, who you are, where you're from, and if you've ever experienced the experience of being confused, of being, in a chaotic state and being caught up in drama. So if you have, make sure that you write that in the chat. Let me know where you're from. And I'll start and I'll tell you a little bit about me. So my name's MarBeth Dunn. I am an energy management specialist, and I help highly sensitive, empathic professionals to manage your energy so you can live a happy, peaceful, and very prosperous life. And energy management is a holistic framework for individualized life enhancement, because I love to work with people individually and in groups. That synthesizes energy healing techniques, several energy healing techniques, spiritual principles, empowerment training, mind expansion, and yoga. I'm a Kundalini yoga instructor also. It's a broad spectrum way to approach life's challenges because, we're all individual, and our challenges are caused by a number of issues that can be very simple or they can be very complex. And I'm very passionate about helping to create a very peaceful planet, one beautiful soul at a time. So if you have any questions, I want you to write them in the chat. And if you don't, that's okay. But, I like to interact with you, and I want to answer your questions. I want you to know that that I'm here for you. And that if you have any questions about what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, then be sure to write them in the chat and I will answer them. We are live, right? So let me see. So talking about chaos and confusion, I was doing, quite a bit of, I've been doing a lot of work most of my life, and releasing patterns of anything that was really blocking my peace. Because I lived for quite a time in a state of high anxiety. And I felt very victimized and feeling confused, feeling chaotic life. And The drama also, it really kept me in a state of feeling victimized. When you're in a state of feeling victimized, you don't have any power. You have actually abdicated your power. And so one of the things that confusion can do is that it removes you from your power to change things. It keeps you helpless in a state of victimization. And what I want you to know that there are ways to shift that. And one of the easiest ways is to choose, to recognize that you have choices. Every instant, you have a choice. Am I going to be in confusion this instant, or am I going to take responsibility and see if I can see this a different way? Now, the wonderful thing about life is that we're not alone. We have divine helpers, and we can always ask for assistance. And you may say, well, I ask and I don't get answers. Yeah, I can understand that, because sometimes the answers are there, but we're not seeing them very clearly. Sometimes the answers can show up in a book that you're reading. They can show up in a song that you're hearing on the radio. You may overhear somebody's conversation and you get the answer. Oh, this is for me. Yeah, that's how it shows up. And eventually, as you become more proficient at answering and getting answers from spirit, God, source, your guides, whatever you want to use. I prefer to go with God and spirit. um, and when you become more proficient, you begin to recognize, oh, there's my answer. You can feel it sometimes, or maybe you recognize it. There's a recognition when you receive it. And it can take a little training. But in the beginning, ask, always ask. We have like hundreds of angels here to assist us. And we have free will, so they will not do the work for us unless we beg them. No, we don't beg them, we ask them. We ask them, how can I see this a different way? Is there a way out? One of the really great tools for moving out of a state of victimization is choice is one, as I said. Choice is really important. And another one, which really goes past your resistance, which is a protective mechanism that we all have. We like to stay, on some levels, we know where we are. We know that if I don't change anything, if I stay in this state of resisting this, then I know what this feels like. I don't know what it feels like to be in a better state. I don't know what it feels like to be in that higher state. So I'm going to stay where I am because I understand this. I know it. Have you ever felt that way? Remember, you can write your questions in the chat below, and I'm very happy to respond. So if you've ever felt that way, if you've ever experienced the loss of clarity, the loss of the feeling of helplessness, the loss of power. Yeah, that's what confusion and chaos are. And drama also. Our power really lies in our ability to be peaceful, because that very calm, deep peace is the state that closely approaches the state of our Creator. And so it's always important to choose peace rather than chaos, and then the question is, how can I be more peaceful? How can I be more tuned in? How can I feel calm and peaceful and step into the now, where I'm not confused about my reality and I'm not stuck in this hopeless feeling of this chaotic world all around me. And I get it. Sometimes there's so many things happening and you feel so overwhelmed. But the good news, as I said, is we have these helpers. And as I was also saying, a great way to bypass the confusion, to bypass the chaos, and to bypass the drama is to go into a scenario where you ask yourself, what if I felt more peaceful right now? What would that feel like? Now, don't answer that, but you're just asking your mind to tap in. What would that feel like if I felt really peaceful right now? What would it feel like if I were happy? What would it feel like if life were calm? If I could stay peaceful no matter what was going on around me, that I could stay peaceful and grounded. Would you like that? It's a wonderful thing. And for the longest time, I had great difficulty doing that. And so it's really a blessing and a joy right now when I work with my clients and help them to move past the chaos, move past the confusion, move past the drama, and move into a place where you feel more peaceful and more calm, because this is a state where miracles can occur. And they do occur. I remember many years ago telling someone, yeah, but I don't believe in miracles. And he said, but I do. And it stopped me in my tracks. Miracles are the natural way of life. We deserve miracles because of who we are. We're created in the image of our Creator. We're pure spirit. And we have a physical experience, but who we really are is this beautiful spirit. And we forget. And the chaos and the confusion and the drama, they keep us from remembering who we are, and they keep us from stepping into our power. So I think it's really important when you're ready, if you're ready, to look at that. And I ask you, are you ready to make a shift? Okay, I heard from Ashley Grant. I feel like I didn't get to talk to Mom like I wanted when she passed. How do I get through not having closure? Yeah, I understand that. You know, we don't die when we transition. Our spirit is still there, and your mom is still around. So you could ask her, tell her, imagine that she's standing there right in front of you. Close your eyes and imagine that your mom is, excuse me. Imagine that your mom is standing in front of you and tell her what you never got to say, because she'll hear you. She will. I had the experience with my father who abandoned me before I was born, and I tried to establish a relationship. Well, my mom went back kind of under forceful conditions and ended up sleeping with furniture against the door because she thought he was going to kill us. So a lot of trauma, when you're a very sensitive child. And I reached out to my dad a few times in my lifetime. He ignored me. And so when he died, I had a lot of anger and resentment. And many years later, he came to me in a meditation. And I really did not want to open up to him because I had a lot of hurt. Anger covers hurt and pain. And when I allowed him to connect with me, I felt so much love like I'd never, ever felt before. And it shocked me. And I said to him, because I felt his presence there, I said, I don't understand. And he said, I have always loved you. I will always love you. We contracted before we were born that this was the experience that we would have in this lifetime together. Well, I was sitting there and I had tears streaming down my face, Ashley. It was so, the love was so profound, and I knew what he was saying was true. And that helped me. I forgave him. And until you have that closure, you're going to carry those wounds. So it's so important to tell your mom or write your mom. You can write her a letter and discuss it with her. You can imagine that she's standing in front of you and tell her what you're feeling. It's really important. You'll feel better. When what happens is we hold these feelings inside of us and they block our energy flow. They can create difficult relationships. They can create financial loss. They can just really hold us back in so many ways. And when you allow yourself to really feel those feelings and express them, you'll make a shift. So let me know. Let me know how that happens, and let me know how that works for you. So yeah, that's a big thing. You know, the feelings of loss when we lose someone who passed. It's a really big deal. And we do need to deal with that. We experience so many different kinds of losses. The loss of relationships, you know, significant relationships, people abandoning us, friends leaving or moving away, moving out of your homeland or moving out of a home, you know, suffering a health issue that is limiting, and suddenly you're feeling the loss of your freedom. There's so many ways that we experience loss. We have these hidden losses, losses of feeling that you've lost your self-esteem, your self-respect, maybe in a relationship, or that you've lost your beauty as we age, lost your youth, lost your sexiness. So these are all things that we need to honor, and very often we don't. We just kind of brush things aside and try to ignore that they're there. And that's not a good thing, because these emotions can block us in our energy field. So it's really important to allow your feelings and to feel them. So as I said, I'm very passionate about helping to create a beautiful, peaceful planet, one beautiful soul at a time. And so I wanted to offer you an opportunity. I created a program a few years ago and I revised it. It's very, very powerful, and it's called the 21-Day Miracle Challenge. I'm all about miracles, because when we can release the emotions that and the energy that's trapped in our being, that's keeping us stuck, when we can embody peace, when we can embody love and kindness, then we start to open ourselves to a field of miracles. And I explore that field in my in the World Miracle Peace Experiment, doing a meditation at live meditation, 7-minute global peace meditation today in the world at worldpeaceexperiment.com. So you're welcome to join that. That's absolutely free. And I do welcome you to that, because you will access greater peace and happiness. And if you want to go deeper, this 21-day program that I'm sharing with you is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I have a question here from Darlene Ose. Any guidance on abandonment? Yeah, abandonment is a huge issue. And the truth is, you know, like I had experienced from my father, you know, he had abandoned me effectively, and it created a lot of hurt. And it took years, really. Now, are there ways to move through it quicker? Absolutely. But it's more than I can really discuss on this call, but we can, set up a time to talk if you would like, and we can discuss it, because abandonment can be a big issue. And, I don't know exactly the circumstances. There are many ways that we can get abandoned, and there are many ways that we can deal with it. We're all individuals. But I wanted to share with you, in this 21-day miracle challenge, you can change your habits in 21 days. That's really the minimum. But it's a series of exercises, very powerful exercises and meditations that are guided, that when you do them, when you complete the program, you will have moved into so much greater peace and happiness than before. It's a very, very powerful program. And I was guided to offer it this morning. I had really no plans to offer any program today, except to tell you about my World Miracle Peace Experiment. And I was guided to share this because I knew that there was someone on this call, at least one person on the call, that needed this. It's not expensive. It's very, very reasonable. And the bonuses in the program are amazing, because it does affect your whole life. It really does. There's so many things, but Darlene, these lessons, these are opportunities to grow. And when you have mastered this opportunity to grow, you are going to be a rock star, because you will have really grown in so many ways and shifted that feeling. When you feel like, oh, I was abandoned, you're feeling hurt, which puts you into a state of victimization, which ultimately creates this resistance to moving forward. So it's very important that you start to shift the way you see it. And when you do, that's when you acquire your power. It's really amazing. So when you sign up for my World Miracle Peace Experiment, no, when you sign up for the 21-day Miracle Challenge, there we go. You get a free half-hour session with me, and that the whole program is valued at like something like $1,300, but today I have a special coupon code, and it's only $55. So you get a session with me. You get my program. I'm going to pull this up on the screen here so you can see what you get. We're going to share the screen. It's going to take a minute. And here we go. Okay, we're going to share the screen. So here is the 21-day Miracle Challenge. And what you get, it's a lifelong system to attract miracles, and it will help you move through a lot of the issues that are keeping you stuck, because you will develop a greater sense of confidence and well-being. Very true. Have a more harmonious personal and business relationships, and you learn to trust that you're covered, that God, source, spirit has your back, and you feel peaceful even in the midst of confusion and chaos. And you learn to trust your intuitive guidance, because you're connected, you're receiving the information that you need, and you experience a loving world. And we've had some amazing shifts with people during the program. And I'm going to put the link up to register in a second. But what you're going to get is my Power of Joy program, which is an MP3 audio program with 3 or 4 different modules. It's was my really powerful program, and it's good. It's not the one that I'm doing now, but it's It's a really good program, and you'll identify what's keeping you stuck, look at unproductive patterns, release your blocks. So that and the Flash of Insight consult, which is valued at $250, and you get an MP3 audio of creating your new reality. So all of these are things that you will get when you register for this program, which today is only $55 at 50 cents. So actually that's the number of change. That's what you get, 55.50. And what I wanted to do was to give you the link for the 21-day miracle challenge, which is 50% off with this code. And I'm only doing this on this broadcast. So if you watch the broadcast, you'll have access to it. But if you don't, then, that's it. So we're going to stop the sharing now. I'm going to come back. Whoops. And I don't want to share the screen. I want to come back to Zoom. Here I am. Okay. So anyway, I've really enjoyed chatting with you today. And if there's anything, Charlotte is going to put the link and the code in the chat. And, I really encourage you to take advantage of this program because it's really good. And it's helped so many hundreds of people already. And I revised it. So it's all updated. 21 days, you get a session, a working. This is not a sales session. This is an actual working session where we can cut through some of the issues that are keeping you stuck. And as I said, I'm passionate about helping to create a peaceful planet, one beautiful soul at a time. And I hope also that you will join me for free in the worldpeaceexperiment.com and our World Miracle Peace Experiment Facebook group. Not only I am passionate about creating a peaceful planet, the first month of our World Miracle Peace Experiment, we're focusing on the Middle East because we wanted to create statistics. We wanted to see if this was actually generating greater peace. The level of violence in the Middle East dropped significantly. So we've continued it, a daily 7-minute meditation that I do almost every day. And I have guest hosts that are amazing people to cover. It's just 7 minutes a day. So I recommend that you join. We got a quick question from MarBeth Dunn. Is there a quick way to change a mindset of chaos or confusion? It's a process, MarBeth. It's a matter of being very vigilant. And when you notice that you're feeling confused or chaotic, just say, show me a different way to see this. How can I see this another way? How can I see this through eyes of love? How can I see this with clarity? That's one of the easier ways to do it. And just monitor yourself. You really need to be vigilant about your thoughts. What are you thinking? Are you thinking thoughts that are putting you down? Are you thinking thoughts that are criticizing or judging other people? Are you thinking thoughts that I'm so helpless and they're doing all these terrible things to me? These are all thoughts that you want to eliminate. You want to focus on, you have helpers. You don't have to do it all yourself, which is such a relief, really. And one of the things that the 21-day miracle challenge does is that it helps you to shift your thoughts, your thought patterns into this place of love and peace and joy and miracles, because we totally deserve miracles. We totally deserve miracles. And believe me, I know I was in a place when I first discovered the path to miracles, I was in a place of desperation. I lived in Haiti during a time of 7 changes of government, 7 coups d'etats, that were a little dangerous. You know, I had friends who were killed. My business dried up, finances dried up. My marriage was not doing well. It was pretty much flatlining. My health was terrible. And my self-esteem was flat. You know, it was bad. And then I learned. I had this amazing epiphany that I had been searching for so long. I was reading all kinds of books. I was looking at different techniques, and I went, through the I Ching. I went through Dianetics, Eidetics, did self-hypnosis. I just did so many different paths of trying to to find peace and happiness. I knew there had to be a better way. And one day when I was reading in bed, one of my books, metaphysical books or, self-help books, and the shaft of sunlight was coming in from the window, and there's little flecks of dust were dancing in it. And I just looked up from the book and I was watching them. The next minute, I got it. I got it. That my thoughts created my reality. Now, I had read this before, but it didn't sink in. I don't know how many times I had read it, but suddenly I got it. My thoughts created my reality, and my mind was very powerful. And it's extremely powerful when it is aligned with Source, God, Spirit. So sign up that 21-day miracle challenge. I have never, ever, ever sold it that inexpensively. It is a great day for change. The price is only $55.50. 555 is the number of change. It's time for you to step into your power, your miracle power. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to prep for the meditation at noon, a 7-minute guided meditation. You'll have the link and the code in the chat. And I can just put it up on the screen one more time. We'll do a little screen share. Where is that share the screen? It takes a minute on Zoom. And here it is. This is the link. So much love, many, 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 many blessings. And I'm going to say adios. So I will see you later.